Hey y'all, it's one of your other favorite Nosy Hens, A-Rain. Wants to give a really quick disclaimer. The Nosy Hens podcast talks about some serious topics and uses explicit language that could be uncomfortable to some listeners. So, please be advised. Love y'all.
It's the Nosy Hens podcast.
Hey, 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 shake them feathers. Shake those feathers. Shake those pretty feathers. Shake those feathers. Those feathers are beautiful. Those are beautiful feathers. Those are beautiful.
Why? Every time I can never keep it together because this girl is silly.
I be having bars for days.
She does.
It be bores for days.
She do.
Okay.
She do. She do. She do.
I said, welcome to the chicken coop, y'all.
Welcome to the chicken coop.
Oh, welcome to the chicken coop, y'all.
Welcome to the chicken
I said,
coop.
welcome to the chicken coop,
Welcome
y'all.
to the chicken
I said,
coop.
now welcome to the chicken coop, y'all.
Welcome to the chicken coop.
And now we being silly out here, y'all. Y'all are listening to the Nosy Hens podcast. If you ain't know from the beginning of us saying it all in rhythm and in tune.
Yes, and I'm one of your favorite nosy hens. You can call me Jazz.
Y'all, so I'm the other one. You can call me A and Rain.
A to the rain.
The letter A and then the rain that falls from the sky.
Because she's so peaceful like rain.
I am peaceful like rain, but I will cut you.
She will cut you.
I will cut you. I'll turn on you like that bird upstairs, okay? He will eat you alive.
He will not. Stop it. My Pac-Man is not a criminal.
She's lying. But
I am so offended.
She is just a mom protecting her little one.
And he is so sweet.
I appreciate you for that.
He be giving me kisses. He says, I love you.
Don't they carry salmonella?
No, he is not a chicken.
Oh.
He's a parakeet.
But don't they carry some kind of nasty? Like a herpes
No,
or
they
gonorrhea
don't.
or something?
No. How dare you?
Speaking of gonorrhea, y'all, the super gonorrhea is going on out here. So
Ooh.
make sure that you are protecting yourself while you out here.
Wrap it up.
Yes. And
Wrap it up.
don't raw dog with everybody.
Wrap it up.
Make sure you get tested when you're
Wrap
supposed
it
to.
up.
Yeah.
Get your test on.
Yeah, get your test done. Every 6 months.
Wrap it up.
Every 6 months if you don't.
Get your test on.
And make sure that the person that you're going to be with can whip out their My Chart or whatever their medical provider gives so that you all can share.
Honestly, and if a person
medical-
bats their eyes at you asking to get them to get tested, that's a red flag.
Okay, because you ain't about to give me no super gonorrhea because they said that stuff is resistant to all the antibiotics.
Why in the freak would you have a problem with getting tested?
Yes.
Why in the freak?
So niggas just out here with gonorrhea, super gonorrhea in their throat and in their head until they
In
find
they
a cure
throat.
for it.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
It is.
I
Alright.
don't want no parts of it. So y'all, we have a good show for you today. Another great show.
All right, I'm ready.
I might be biased, but I feel like all of our shows are great.
Well, you know, we try.
We're funny.
Yeah,
We're witty.
yeah,
We're cute.
yeah.
And we have chicken wings. Yeah. And everyone loves a good chicken wing breast and thigh piece.
Yes, they do.
A biscuit.
The honey biscuit.
The honey biscuit. And then don't be sleeping on Popeye's mac and cheese now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because I get
It be a
too
little bitty burnt on the
Yeah.
side.
Oh. My mouth is watering.
Girl.
It be giving me Sunday morning meal.
Girl.
Sunday afternoon meal.
Yes.
It be giving me all of that.
Yes.
And I need more than one serving. More than one. So yeah, we're gonna get right on into it. So today we are talking about this horrible person named because all of them aren't they? Am I lying? Am I lying? No, I'm not. They're all horrible. You're horrible. Okay. So we're talking about Marybeth Tinning.
Marybeth Tinnings, you are a horrible human being.
Yes, you are. And I could drop kick your ass right in the chin. Ooh, come on, air punch. Ew. I had to compose my scream because I was ready. So this nigga Mary Beth, she was born Mary Beth Rowe on September 11th. What a great day. She was born on September 11th, 1942. She was a New York native, and she attended Duanesburg High School with her younger brother. Now, it was said that her growing up was, I mean, I guess okay. She was an average girl, but her family made sure to let her know that she just wasn't wanted or worthy or...
Well, that's unfortunate.
That is yes. So her mom worked outside of the home, and her father, her mother's name was Ruth. Her father, Alton, he fought in World War II for a nice part of her childhood, but he also worked at General Electric as a press operator. So because both of her parents worked, she was passed around from relative to, I guess, help the parents watch over their children while they were at work because they didn't really want to be bothered.
With her younger brother?
Yeah, with the younger brother. So, so like I said, her family had a way of telling her, like, girl, you're worthless. You're worthless. Because one of her older relatives told her that she was an accident.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was a young girl.
My bad, y'all.
So one of her relatives told her that she was an accident, and she knew that everybody favored her younger brother, and so she would often tell him, "You were the one that they wanted, not me." That's sad.
That is sad.
That's sad.
But nothing is an excuse for whatever you about to tell me she's doing.
Nothing at all. Okay?
But it is sad. I give it that.
So even when her parents were around, they were emotionally unavailable towards her, and she claimed that her father would beat her with a fly swatter and then lock her in the closet when she cried, but then she later recanted and was like, but he meant well. Because she just wanted the love of her daddy and her mommy.
Well, first of all, why though? I don't understand why they would hate their firstborn but adore the second.
Well, I think because, this was the 1940s. So, I mean, it wasn't like women or this female person,
I guess,
had any value in a man's eye. They couldn't do anything but have children to them in the 1940s.
Yeah.
So, but that's still no reason to be like, girl, nobody wants you.
Right.
Girl, do you know I would have ran away?
Right.
So hard. So, in school, she was described as not having many friends, but she starved for attention because she wasn't getting attention at home. She was known to lie and exaggerate stories to make herself seem important. And some classmates noted that she was angry and had a sharp, sensitive temper. But it was because she wasn't getting no healthy attention at home. So the lack of attention from her parents taught her that in order for her to be worthy by anyone, in anyone's eyes, she had to be a either really exceptional person or she had to be the opposite and be like this horrible person. Guess which one she chose?
Well,
yeah.
Let me think about that.
Yeah. People, show your babies some love and attention.
Okay, it's
so
not that hard.
Being Mary Beth.
Or don't have kids.
Okay, nigga. So after she graduated in 1961, she wanted to go to college, but her grades weren't that great because, like I said, she was just an average student, average child. Like, she didn't do anything extraordinary for people to be like, yeah, girl, go into college. You is smart. You is kind.
You is important.
Okay. So after graduating, she didn't get into college. She started working low-paying jobs, and eventually she became a nurse assistant at Ellis Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Ellis Hospital plays a very large role in this story.
Ooh,
okay, let me tell you. Soon after, she met this shy, kind young man on a blind date named Joseph Tinning, and they hit it off. Why? Because he was kind. He was nice. He was probably really only the one person that it was really, really, really nice to her, and she never got
what happens
growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 years later, they married and they settled in, I think it's Schenectady, New York. Sorry if I'm butchering. If you're from there, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to butcher. I don't know. I don't know. I'm from St. Louis, and we say words wrong all the time. So sorry. So let's go ahead and get to what Miss Mary Beth, forgot that part of her name. Let's see how she was, about to make things shimmy and shake for herself.
I'm getting mad already.
Yeah, go ahead. So the Tinnings welcomed their first child, Barbara, in May 1967. Mm-hmm. Then in January 1970, they welcomed a son who they named Joseph Jr., and they called him Joey. Mm-hmm. These were happy, healthy little babies. Mm-hmm. And Mary Beth was a good mother. That's what neighbors and family members said. She was a good mom.
Okay.
She wanted to be a good mom to her children. Mm-hmm. She had once said that all she ever wanted was to be married and have children. And even though she had beautiful babies, she still craved attention from other people, right? So while she was pregnant with her third baby, Mary Beth's father had a massive heart attack in October of 1971. Uh-huh. She still wanted to feel that daddy love from her dad. So she rushed to his bedside to get that rush of attention.
I'm here for you, Father.
Yeah, and that nigga said, okay, who told you to come? Because I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask you to. But she still went anyway. So he didn't tell her that he loved her. Even on his deathbed, he never said, I love you. He never said that to her. And so it left her devastated, and then it took a toll on her mental health. When she was in high school, or just not high school, but her childhood growing up, she had attempted to commit suicide multiple times. Wow. Because she, just really hated life. No one seemed to love her. No one cared about her. And she was just like...
This is sad so far.
It is, ain't it? And then you be ready to drop kick her ass after feeling sorry for her.
Yeah, well, right now I feel sorry for her.
I feel sorry for her too.
I want to get to the part where I want to drop kick her.
Yeah, drop kick her. So 2 months after her daddy died, she gave birth to her third child named Jennifer.
Okay.
When Jennifer was born, she suffered a meningitis infection that was probably caused by Mary Beth trying to induce her labor because she wanted to try to have Jennifer on Christmas Day.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, but this trying to induce her labor may have introduced the meningitis to her. So she only lived 8 days, and she passed from hemorrhagic meningitis, and then she had multiple brain abscesses.
Ooh,
I know.
What did she do to try to induce?
They didn't say what she did to try to induce, but whatever she did, just may have introduced something in the baby.
Maybe she was jumping up and down. I don't know.
She probably was sticking something up in her. Ooh. Them old wives says, if you stick this up in you, but then if you ain't cleaning your hands.
Oh my gosh.
If you just, go ahead and shove this cotton swab with the sticks from outside.
Oh, Lord.
Put that on up in there.
Lord.
What if you is inviting a whole bunch of stuff up in there?
I am about to vomit.
Child. Look, ooh. Ooh. So once this happened, Mary Beth began receiving love, support, and attention from consoling neighbors and family because of this tragic thing that happened. And she always wanted, what did she want, class? Say it with me. Love. Attention. Attentiones. And affectiones.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I think I know where this is going.
Go ahead. Go ahead and think it, baby. Think it, babe. Think it long and hard. Yeah, because you're right.
I know it. Darn it.
Yeah. Do we feel sorry for her? No, we don't. So after losing Jennifer, this is something that was strange that she did. And a lot of her neighbors thought that she was strange anyway. But when she started doing this, they were like, what did you doing this for? So after Jennifer passed away, she washed Jennifer's clothes, she ironed them, and folded them. And then she packed the clothes away, along with toys and furniture, and then she threw everything away.
What?
Weird, right? You just wasted your time. Because let me tell you something. I don't want to do anybody's laundry, especially a little person's. And I really hate that Jennifer had, like, passed away. But as a grieving mom, I'm going to hold on to I'm going to frame it.
Right.
It's sentimental.
Why would you do all of that just to throw it away?
Because she was strange. Others noticed how strange she acted. Nurses mentioned that she showed no emotion when they told her that her baby had died.
Girl, you lying.
No emotion at all. And then at the service, she didn't cry, but she seemed to enjoy herself at the reception. Yeah. Tell me about it. So on January 20th, 1972, just 17 days after Jennifer's passing, guess what happened?
What?
Mary Beth rushed her 2-year-old boy, Joey.
Here we go.
She rushed him to that ER.
Here we go.
She had claimed that he was having seizures.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah.
My baby's having seizures.
Yeah.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah. So the doctors ran tests and they started treating him for just a possible viral infection, because how all of a sudden you healthy and then all of a sudden you having seizures, right?
Right.
And then they kept him in the hospital for 10 days.
Okay.
So the hospital that I'm referring to that she took him to was Ellis.
Yeah.
Yes. So after doing all the tests and keeping him for 10 days, they found nothing and he was discharged, only for Mary Beth to come back a few slices of hours later.
Stop. She couldn't even wait a day.
And Joey was dead.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, went on to glory. Joey was dead.
Girl.
She claimed that she had put him down for a nap. And when she came back to check on him hours later, he was blue and not breathing.
Girl.
He's 2. A 2-year-old, my 2-year-old told me how she got into the perfume. So I don't understand if he was healthy.
Right.
And just had been, how did he just stop breathing?
Right.
Yeah. So the doctors just said that he passed away from cardiopulmonary arrest, and there was no autopsy ever performed.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Once again, what did she receive? Love, sympathy, attention, kindness.
Pay attention to me, guys.
So hard. I just need that good loving. That's all I want.
I'm crying with no tears.
Yeah. After Joey had passed, guess what she did?
Nah, what?
She washed and ironed and folded his clothes just like she did with Jennifer. She gathered everything nice and neatly and then tossed it out into the trash.
I am in total misunderstanding about this.
Yeah.
What is the purpose, bro?
There's not. Then, guess what? At least she gave it some time, but guess what?
What?
6 weeks go by. They have one baby left. It's actually a toddler. 4-year-old Barbara is rushed to Ellis emergency room claiming to have been having convulsions. So at this point...
Oh, now this time she didn't say it was seizures.
Right, she said convulsions. Ain't that the same thing?
Come on.
So staff at this time are like, okay, you keep coming in with these dead kids. So let's, because we don't know if maybe you got like a gene or something that's making your kids just die. Like, what is going on? So they were familiar with her and her kid's death.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to keep Barbara under observation. They wanted to keep her at the hospital just so they can watch her. Because they're like, how is it that all your kids are dying, baby? Marybeth was like, no. See, this is what we gonna do. We gonna take Barbara on back home because she gonna be scared being up in this hospital. And I want to make sure that she's comfortable and she's not scared.
Yeah, you want to make sure she's comfortable when you kill her.
Yeah, because hours later she came back and she was unconscious. She slipped into a coma and later she died.
The blank.
Once again, believe that she suffered from Reyes syndrome. I think it's Reyes. It's either Ray or Reyes, or Reyes syndrome, which is a really rare brain disease that occurs in less than 1 in a million.
Hold on. So they was able to prove that?
Look, no autopsy was performed.
So why in the heck did they diagnose her with that?
To conclude that was what... Because they're like, oh, well, she was having convulsions and it wasn't a seizure this time and she was nice and healthy and yeah.
It sounds like the 1 in a million thingy.
They were pulling stuff out of her ass, out of their asses. Because they like, dang, not 1, not 2, but 3. The first baby, that was meningitis. But the second 2, that was alive and well and kicking and shaking.
Give me a break.
So the sudden death of 3 of her children, or the sudden death of 2 of her children, and then the birth, meningitis being introduced to the first baby, or the second, was Jennifer third? Girl, I don't know. The one that passed away with the meningitis.
Oh yeah, she was the third.
Third. So the healthy births of the 2, and then the meningitis on the third, with everything like happening so close together. What would happen? Suspicion. Huh? Suspicion! And Marybeth picked up on that really quick, so hard. She was like, oh, I think...
What? It ain't like you can change your behavior now. You done went through all 3 kids.
Okay. So she wasn't getting the sympathy. At first, people was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for your losses. And now they like... Girl, you sure you ain't killing these kids? Like, not laughing at the children, but laughing at the situation. So, but one of the neighbors recalled, like, before Barbara had passed away, Barbara was playing at her house that day, the day that she died. Barbara was playing at her house. And so when Marybeth came to pick Barbara up, what do 4-year-olds do? I don't want to leave, Mommy. I don't want to leave. So Marybeth threatened to punish Barbara and then told her, you're going to be with your brother. So sorry if that hurt your ears. How you tell the baby that in front of the nurse? In front of the neighbor.
I'm speechless. She didn't think that was...
No.
Suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? So, also, an Ellis hospital nurse reported, like, being suspicious of things going on with Marybeth. And she, like, reported it to the doctor, but the doctor was like, they, like, waved it off because they were feeling sorry for her.
I can't stand when people just dismiss crap. Like, come on. And as a doctor, it should be your job to take every concern seriously and prove it wrong, prove it right, whatever, but don't just dismiss it.
Don't dismiss it.
The heck?
They were like, oh, we're feeling sorry. Like, I get it. Yeah, you feel sorry. But, I mean, if it keep happening, nigga, if I keep getting BV, it's an underlying issue. Now I use BV as a...
right.
as an example. But it's an underlying issue. And I need you to tell me.
I'm not understanding.
Because the issue is Marybeth. That's who it is. She's the issue. She is the issue. So, because she saw that people wasn't, like, really feeling sorry for her anymore, and they was, like, getting more suspicious, she decided to move to another neighborhood. But the neighborhood was still close by where they lived, but she was just like, because her neighbors in the first neighborhood, they were like, she's starting to get a little moody. She's, like, withdrawing to herself. Like I said, she was already strange, but they were like, she's starting to do some weird stuff now, even more than what she was doing. So they moved to another nearby neighborhood. She began waitressing at a restaurant near their home. And then
I want to know what the husband had to say about all this.
We're going to get to that nigga. So in 1973, she became pregnant again with baby number 4.
Oh, Lord.
Why, Lord? Why? On November 22nd, 1973, she gave birth to a baby boy named Timothy.
Oh, Timothy.
Guess what happened to Timothy? About a month later, she gave him a month. He was found dead in his crib.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
This time, the docs were like, oh, no, it's SIDS.
What?
It's SIDS. Yeah, SIDS. So, people felt bad for the family, and they were just asking her, like, why y'all keep having these kids and they ain't doing nothing but dropping like flies? Why? Girl, these kids is going to see Jesus quicker than me seeing them in my prayers. So they asked her, like, why y'all keep having kids? Like, this seems like it's more of a curse, for y'all to keep on doing this to yourself. And
to the kids.
And to the kids. Girl, and this is what she told them. It's what women are supposed to do.
Oh,
girl,
my gosh.
Let me tell you something. Who told you? Who told you? Huh?
I am just through. I'm through.
Who told you? So here come old Daddy Dearest Joseph, cause he was gonna learn today. Okay, he did a what they say, fuck around and find out. That's exactly what he did, because he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. The year after Timothy had died, Joseph started complaining about his food tasting bitter to his brother. He was Lord, my food's starting to taste bitter, and my blood pressure is getting high.
Bro.
My sugar is doing some things, and some things are happening to my brother. So his brother, because his brother was suspicious of Marybeth, his brother was like, man, you need to go get that food test and make sure she ain't trying to take you out here, okay? And he was like, no, she won't do anything to me.
She only does that to her kids.
Okay. She won't do anything. So he was very passive.
Wow.
He was passive about just her and her behavior. And then neighbors and friends and family noted that he never seemed upset about any of the kids dying.
Oh, heck no.
He wore the same suit to each service. He sat in a corner, not speaking to anyone at the reception. He just sat in the corner, was just like,
who are these people?
Weirdos! So one night, Marybeth calls Joe's brother and her sister-in-law, 3 a.m. Oh my God, he's dead! He's dead! Talking about Joseph. So they hurry up and rush over to see what's going on. They find Joseph unconscious next to the bed. Mm-hmm. Marybeth got on a full dress of clothes. Do you understand? It is 3 a.m., girl. Why do you have on a whole outfit? Huh? Who told you to have on an outfit at 3 a.m.? Huh? Tell me that. So she's fully dressed, and she's like, I didn't do it. Girl, who asked you? You told on yourself. You did. Yeah, you did. You're telling.
I am through.
So And she also never called the cops. She never called the cops. She never called the hospital. She just called the brother. Was like, he's dead. So eventually, the brother was like, we gotta get him to the hospital, you dummy. So they got him to the hospital. Apparently, he had a near fatal dose of barbiturates in his system.
Mm-mm.
And he declined to press charges against his dear-old wife. So hard.
I'm through.
So hard.
THOO. I'm through.
Even after all of that, on March 30th, 1975, Marybeth gave birth to her 5th child, Nathan.
At this point,
yeah,
everybody near her is culpable.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yep. In September, Marybeth shows up to her job carrying the dead body of Nathan, saying that he just stopped breathing while she was driving. Why did you take him to the hospital? Or why didn't you take him to... Why did you take him to the job? Why did you take a dead body into a restaurant? Somebody please give me a return on these bacon, eggs, and pancakes, because I don't want them no more. It is bacteria from dead body up in here. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I'm just over it.
So her co-workers was like, girl, why you bring him here? Take him to the hospital. So instead of taking him to Ellis Hospital, she took him to St. Clair's Hospital, which was a little bit further away. And he was pronounced dead on arrival.
They don't know nothing about her.
Still no autopsy. And they said that he died from SIDS, and he was a healthy 5-month-old baby. He was 5 months old. More suspicion grew. Of course, because why wasn't it suspicious after the second one? Yeah. And after almost killing her husband.
Really?
Okay. It was noted by her sister-in-law, I think. They said that Marybeth would treat the funerals like parties, and she was the guest of honor. This is how she would treat these funerals and all this. And then her sister-in-law also said that when the insurance money was like mailed out, Marybeth would go on shopping sprees, and she had even mentioned that after Nathan had passed, Nathan's check came in, so we're getting new wallpaper and drapes.
Wow.
Excuse me?
She just said that like the child support came in, like the tax return came in, like
she said, girl, my tax refund came in, baby. Show me the money and show me the wallpaper and the drapes.
Jeez.
Girl.
I'm through.
Yeah. So, after Nathan, they didn't have any more children for a few years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was smart.
Yeah, that was. But they decided to become adoptive parents. Yeah. They decided to apply to adopt children. Caseworkers weren't like, a lot of your kids have gone on to glory. I don't think we need to put any children in your care. None of them. They were like, we feel so sorry for you. Let's give you another kid.
Culpable. I'm telling you. Culpable.
They ignored all them red flags. And they felt so bad for her and was like, yeah, y'all can adopt or foster. So they had a little boy for a short time. But he was returned back. So yeah, they returned the little baby boy back to, I guess, the agency that he came from.
Why?
And it didn't say it. It just said that they had him for a very short time, and they didn't even remember. They couldn't remember having him. They over there.
I already know what you trying to do, so you can forget.
Look, get me out of here. Get me out of here. So they sent him back. He was with them for a very short time after being placed. Then they fostered a 10-year-old girl. And Joe grew a liking to her. I don't think in a sexual way.
Okay.
But, because they didn't make it seem like when I was doing my research. But he grew a liking to her. They became close. But when Marybeth became pregnant again, they returned her like a t-shirt that they didn't want anymore. They sent her on back. Yeah.
And why is the agency continuing to loan out kids to them?
Loan kids out. That's yeah, for practice.
Am I lying?
Because they was like, y'all want a kid? You get a kid. You get a kid. You get a kid.
And we'll take them back.
They was giving them out like soul food plates.
You don't need your receipt.
Nope.
Go ahead and return them.
Yeah, go ahead and return them. You want to exchange? No? Okay. So Marybeth became pregnant again. They returned the 10-year-old girl back to the agency. In August 1978, they adopted a little boy, Michael, shortly after he was born. Then, in October, Marybeth gave birth to their daughter, Mary Frances. So she was pregnant.
So they got 3 kids again.
They got 2. So they adopted Michael right after he was born.
Oh, okay.
And she was pregnant with Mary Frances.
Okay.
So then she gave birth to Mary Frances, and once that baby was here, once Mary Frances was here, she was like, Michael who? She lost interest in the little baby boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she lost interest in him. In January, mind you, I said Mary Frances was born in October. In January, Mary Frances was rushed to the ER with the same, she had a seizure story. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. So she tells them she had the seizure. The doctors and nurses were able to revive her.
What's her name? Marybeth was like, damn.
That's exactly what she said. Because a month later, the baby was dead. She gave her no chance. She gave her no chance. Okay? When she came back in that month, she was in a full cardiac arrest. Do you understand me?
I am in disbelief.
Yeah, she was in full cardiac arrest. But here's the thing. They were able to revive her again, but she had irreversible brain damage.
Oh,
so she ended up dying 2 days later when they took her off life support. Marybeth did her ritual. Wash, iron, fold, twice. She did the ritual again.
This is beyond.
November 19th, 1979. 8th child, Jonathan, was born. She let him live until March.
Okay, but what's going on with Michael?
So Michael's still around.
Okay.
For the time being. For the time being.
Michael about had the longest life of them all.
Girl. So, yeah, Jonathan was born November 19th, 1979, and he lived until March of 1980. He was rushed to St. Clair, unconscious, and Marybeth just said he simply stopped breathing. Of course.
I want to know what her thought process is at the point that she decides to go ahead and kill him. Like, does she like, I'm cool, I don't need no attention right now, and then months later, she's like, I'm starting to need some attention.
It's probably that. It's like a drug. You know how some people get that fix? They get that fix, and then once the fix wears off, they got to go and do it again.
Yeah.
They have to go and do it again, because if they don't, they're going to go crazy, or that's how they feel. That they're going to just...
I'm going crazy, crazy, crazy just to thinking about killing my baby.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
But yeah.
I'm going crazy, 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 crazy. Gotta kill one of my babies.
It's the crazy. Yeah. So after Jonathan was rushed to the hospital unconscious, they were able to revive him, but because babies was just dropping, okay? They was dropping like panties. He was sent to Boston Hospital to be tested further along, because
finally
now they're thinking, okay, y'all, it has to be something that is in y'all blood that is like a mutated gene that is causing you all's babies to just stop breathing.
Bro.
It has to be. It has to be. Doctors found nothing. They found no medical reason as to why Jonathan would have just stopped breathing and gone unconscious, which, also is like, shoot, if it's no reason for him to stop breathing, it's no reason for we can't connect anything to the other children. So they sent Jonathan back home with his mom.
Oh, my freaking.
Yes. A few days later, she was back at the hospital with Johnny. And this time, he was brain dead. Of course he was. And on March 24th, 1980, he died. And he was kept on life support for 4 weeks before he died.
I don't have any words.
So, people were just suspicious more and more. But my thing is, why did it take eight
It should
children?
not have. And that's the reason why I say everybody around needs to take some responsibility.
Please so hard. Why did it take her for 8 to go for y'all to be like, yeah, it's something going on with that?
It should not have. It shouldn't have. 2, maybe 3. Let's start investigating.
Because here's the thing: all of these children died in her care. She was the only one that was like, I found
good
them.
And gosh darn well that whatever her husband's name was,
Joseph,
was around.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, nigga, where are you?
He's sitting up there watching her do it, and that's the reason why he didn't care to press charges on her for trying to kill him, because then she would have been like, well, he was there helping me kill them kids.
Ciao. Okay, so here, in March 1981, Marybeth takes Michael, their adopted son, to the doctor's office. What was she claiming? She couldn't wake him up. Couldn't wake him up this morning. So instead of taking him right across the street, because they lived across the street from the darn hospital, Ellis Hospital, she waited. She waited hours until his doctor's office opened. And by the time the doctor's office opened so that she could have Michael examined, he was dead.
At this point,
so this is where they're like, okay, wait, Michael ain't related to you. He's adopted. So how did that happen? How did he just stop breathing? How this happen? So it totally ruled out the whole thing of doctors being like, oh, it's got to be a genetic disorder. Yeah. And so now everybody's like, yeah, I am suspicious of her because, this and this. But nothing was done. Still, they didn't do anything still. They didn't do anything. They did nothing.
Who are these people?
The neighbors? They're...
No. Literally. Who the hell are you?
They are supporters. They're not tattletales. They are not tattletales.
I'm through.
Even after all of this, they had another baby.
What?
This is their 9th child. Her name was Tammy Lynn. She was born in August of 1985. So she would have been our age.
Dang, how old was freaking Marybeth? She's still having kids?
Girl, I don't know. She had to be in her 40s because she was born in 42. She was in her 40s.
Them tubes need to shrivel.
They need to fall out. So Tammy Lynn, born August of 1985. And in December of 85, Marybeth called her neighbor in a panic. Cynthia Walters, the neighbor.
She always got somebody new to call.
It's always somebody. So that was probably in her, because to me, in Mary Beth's mind, like how you were saying earlier, like what's her process? There probably really wasn't no. It was probably like, okay, I'm just getting ready to, this. Give me my moment. This is my moment. This is my moment. So she would have her lies. It ain't that she thinking this stuff through, but she is, because she knows she's doing something she ain't supposed to be doing, and so she don't want to raise suspicion. And that's why she moved from the neighborhood, went to the other neighborhood. That's why she only called certain people. So Cynthia was just in the Tinning home earlier that day, and she was playing with Tammy Lynn, and Tammy Lynn just seemed happy and healthy, like it was nothing wrong with her. Nothing,
because it wasn't
wrong. And when Cynthia got over to the Tinning house, when she got over there to Marybeth, Tammy Lynn was on the changing table, purple, not breathing, and unresponsive. Marybeth did not call the ambulance until until Cynthia was like, call the ambulance, lady. The ambulance. Call them. Why are you calling me? What can I do? I don't know nothing about nursing.
Somebody need to fight Mary Beth. Somebody need to fight her.
So hard. So when EMC arrived, they rushed the baby to the hospital. She was pronounced dead there. Mary Beth claimed that Tammy Lynn, who was only a few slices of months old, got tangled in a blanket.
What? Come on.
And this time, people were like, you're lying. Lies, lies, lies. They said you lying, girl. She ain't do that. You did it. It's you. It's you. The doctors found no cause of death, but they know her history, and they know that she got 11 million thousand kids that's already dead. Huh? So all the suspicion looked at Mary Beth and was like, sister, we gonna call the police.
After freaking 15 years of this, she done lived her whole life.
So the day after Tammy Lynn was found dead,
right?
The neighbor that Mary Beth had called over in such a panic about her baby being died, Cynthia went over there the next day to just check on her, like, hey, just, wanted to see what's going on. Sorry about what happened. She go in, and these niggas is sitting at the table.
Who?
Joseph and Mary Beth.
Okay.
Just eating breakfast. As if...
You lie.
As if they baby ain't just went on.
You lie to me.
As if they baby ain't just died.
They just eating their little crepes and drinking their coffee, and like it's any old other day.
Yes. And after Tammy Lynn's funeral, Mary Beth hosted a brunch at her home where she was just like, oh yeah, girl, things are great. And we're smiling. And here are my guests. Oh, did I introduce you to Sonia? Oh yeah, she runs the garden. Yeah, she held a brunch at her house.
Girl.
She had they said it just seemed as if it did not bother her.
You can't do nothing but laugh hysterically.
Because it's this lady, girl.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
So I think they did an autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
And
this the first autopsy?
This the first autopsy.
Okay.
So they did an autopsy, and it was determined that the cause of death was SIDS.
What?
Right. But however, the chief of police was like, y'all lying.
Right.
So I don't know if y'all know, I'm a old school true crimey, okay? And I used to watch this show on HBO, and Dr. Michael Baden was like the lead forensic autopsy examiner person. Guess who they called to check in? Dr. Michael Baden. I love that man because he was thorough. Do you understand? He was good at his job.
Get him, doctor.
Is he still around? Dr. Baden, where you at?
I don't know, but
I miss you. I miss you. Okay? So they contacted him and asked him, like, hey, is it possible for all these kids?
Hell no.
Of one family just die of SIDS? And guess what he said?
Hell no.
He sure did. He said, absolutely not. He said that ain't.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
It don't work like that, baby. It don't work like that. Yeah. So Baden noted that there were just a lot of red flags
that y'all missed over the last decade.
Right. There were no known genetic diseases that would kill any of these healthy children. Huh? Included the adopted one. There was nothing to have caused all of these children, except Jennifer, because she had the meningitis.
Yeah.
But it was nothing.
And even then, she didn't have to get meningitis, but she got it because of Marybeth.
Okay? And then the suspicion of nobody witnessing the seizures but her.
Mm-hmm. And the reason, and that's my thing, the doctor's just taking it for face value. Like, excuse me?
So hard. So hard. And she was the only one that was present. Dr. Baden eventually was like, these kids had been
murdered,
suffocated, and killed and murdered through asphyxiation.
And how y'all couldn't see that is beyond me.
Let me tell you something. I need all of you MDs, you PhDs, you LMNOPs, you LMNs, and WPRs. I need all of you and all of your credentials. All of them. All of them.
Why are you trying to break people's ears?
I need all of them. They all need to report to the floor right now. Report to the floor because how? Average. How was it just all so, we just feel so sorry for yeah, after two, not even after two, after the second one, I'd be like, that happens twice in a row?
Right.
Girl, your streak. You need to try that at the casino.
And okay, say that it does happen 2 times in a row. All right. A normal human would reconsider continuing to have kids.
Do
based
you
off
understand
the trauma.
me? Please take everything that is on the inside parts that can create a baby. Take it away, because I don't want to go through this again.
Some people be too traumatized to try again after one. So...
And this lady laid up and had 9.
Miss me.
On February 4th, 1986, Marybeth was called in by the Schenectady police.
Oh, well, finally.
To be questioned about the death of Tammy Lynn.
It's about time.
She flat out lied and said she ain't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing.
But after hours of questioning, she did finally admit to killing 3 of her kids. Tammy Lynn, Nathan, and Timothy. I know you fucking lying. 3?
Right. 3 of 9. Girl, bye.
Girl, I think you counted 9 wrong.
All right, I killed 3.
But
those 7... Are those 6? Oh,
hold on, we gotta exclude we got right. Look, Uno, hold on, carry the 8. Those six were accidents.
Okay, with the exclusion of Jennifer, because Jennifer died from the meningitis.
I don't care. She did
but
it.
them other ones,
She did
how
it.
did a 4-year-old just stop breathing?
She did it all.
She forgot you know what? I think she said she only killed 3 because she forgot she killed the other ones because it was so many. She was like, oh my God, there's so many. I didn't remember.
Right.
I didn't remember. I got so many up my sleeve. So, yeah, she admitted to killing Tammy Lynn, Nathan, and Timothy, and she said that she did suffocate them with the pillow. And then she said that she did that because she was not a good mother. Duh. Duh, girl. You're just not finding it out, sis? You're just not realizing after you killed all your kids that you're a bad mom?
I'm through. I'm done.
So, after being questioned and admitting to 3 of her children's murder, they allowed her to talk to Joseph for a second. And he was like, just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. And then she said...
He trying to pretend like he ain't know nothing. He trying to pretend like he ain't know nothing.
It's the hard lane to the side.
Because it's just...
It's the hard lane to the...
I'm telling you. This is hysterical.
She whispered to Joseph, I killed Tammy. And he was like, what? Say what? Huh? What? Then she went, I killed Tammy. Huh? So then afterwards, they brought in a court stenographer and dictated a 36-page confession.
Dang.
Into which she admitted to smothering still 3 of her children. And she denied having anything to do with any of the other children's death. She forgot she also adopted Michael. So she forgot because she was so wrapped up. That's what we gonna say. Because, bitch, you know you killed them kids.
She no good and dang.
You know you took them out of here. So, even after all of that, she was arrested. She was charged with 2nd-degree murder for the death of Tammy Lynn. And after they arrested her, the bodies of 3 of her children were ordered to be exhumed. But there was confusion over the location of the graves. And they ended up exhuming the wrong body.
What?
And 2 of the bodies were too decomposed.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah. But here's the thing. Sis suffered from Munchausen. Sis suffered from it and it was ignored. And they felt sorry for her because they're like, oh, she's a lady and she keeps losing her babies. But no. She fit the MO of a female serial killer perfectly. She was able to get away with all of these murders and not be detected for 14 years. So, her trial opened June 22nd, 1987. She was, of course, charged with the death of Tammy Lynn. And there was not enough evidence to charge her with the other deaths. At first, she tried to be like, no, I take back what I said. But then the judge was like, girl, shut the fuck up.
For real.
Excuse my language. She done made me mad on this episode. The judge was like, shut up. Mm-hmm. Girl, you did it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Whoa.
Come on.
Yeah. The jury deliberated for 29 hours over 3 days.
Girl, they should have deliberated over 29 seconds.
Yep. Yeah. It should have been 2 seconds. They deliberated for all that time before they reached their verdict. She was found guilty of 2nd-degree murder, and she was sentenced to 20 years to life in Bedford Hills Prison for women. In 1989, she was indicted for the murders of Nathan and Timothy, the other kids that she had confessed to killing. But then those charges were dropped because of lack of evidence. Yeah. Where is Marybeth now? Marybeth had been going, trying to be paroled or trying to get free or whatever, over her time, and they kept denying her. But in August of 2018, after serving 31 long years, not long enough, she was considered to have served her time.
What? I thought you was finna say she died.
No, she did not. She is probably still alive and well and kicking. She went back to Schenectady with who? Huh? Joe. She's living with her husband, Joe. And she laying low. They both is scum.
They are absolute scum.
She was a sympathy junkie. That's what they called her. She was very much had the Munchausen syndrome by proxy, and she is a horrible, horrible person. That's that on her.
All right.
Sorry, I'm upset. Because why? Why did they let this lady have all of these darn children?
Y'all, I really do apologize for your ears.
I am. Who's mad? I'm mad.
She is fuming.
I am upset. Because why you supposed to have these children?
Upset.
Why she ain't just fall and break her arm, son? You can get sympathy for that.
Or fall and break her tubes.
That as well, girl. You can fall real hard on that uterus.
And even after
that, the lady still ain't gonna get no hysterectomy. Sis, what is you doing? What is you doing?
Hey, they are they wild. Her and Joe, they wild.
That nigga said, "Come on home, baby." After 31 years served.
Wild.
I need you to get the stepping. Girl, I am remarried.
Wild, bro.
So that's that on her. If y'all have any thoughts about this loving case on this serial killer lady, Marybeth Tinnings, please drop into our DMs at the Nosy Hens Podcast.
At gmail.com.
Yeah, well, the socials.
My bad, y'all.
The Nosy Hens Podcast, gmail.com for any of them ideas that y'all want to send in our emails. And then the Nosy Hens Podcast on the socials. Because we want to air punch with y'all. Because that was crazy. That was crazy. No words. I know.
It's unbelievable.
It is. It's unbelievable. All right, y'all. We're going to get on out of here. I want to finish my coffee, and then I want to go eat these chocolates that are very, very delicious. They're so good.
Oh, man, they were.
They're homemade.
Why would she do this to me? She knows I'm on a diet.
Because you have to share the treats.
She just knows that I can't resist. And now
just
here we are.
Just one more bite.
My hips.
It's sugar-free.
My hips don't lie. They're actually...
It's sugar-free.
They're upset with A-Rain right now. My hips are.
It's sugar-free. She has nothing.
It is not sugar-free.
Yes, it is. Who told you there's no ingredients on that box? I didn't see anything that said sugar. Until next week, guys.
Bye.
We love you so hard. Bye.